All right, hello everybody. Namaste, welcome to yoga. Thanks for being here today. My name's Ian, if I don't know you. I'm going to teach a intermediate level Vinyasa practice today, and then our demo here, Ashley, is going to be doing the practice I'll be teaching to her. So go ahead and feel free to follow along with her demo, follow along with my cues, and we'll just have a good practice today. So go ahead and come into down dog. And your downward facing dog, go ahead and take maybe the first minute or so of practice and move around, pedal out, get ready to move. See if you can, in particular, those of you who maybe are more comfortable not moving around immediately in your down dog, feel your heels press down. And then for today, I want you to see if you can lift and spread your toes and feel the front of your thighs kind of engage up a little bit. As it feels like the front of your thighs suction up, feel like your hip creases maybe even deepen a little bit more. And then from that engagement, from foot up to hip, you might feel like you get a little longer in the torso, a little more rooted in the hands and in the palms. Let's do a couple more breaths here. And then when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend your knees, and exhale, step or jump through to a seated position. We're going to lie down on our backs. So go ahead and lie all the way down, and then start by taking the right leg up, and we're going to start off in Supta Padangusthasana A today. So you can either do peace fingers to the big toe on that right foot, or you could interlace hands behind the thigh. You could even do strap around that foot. I may not mention at the beginning of practice, but today's practice is going to follow similar to what we were working on last week. So regular practice, a little extra cueing around feet, ankles, and legs. See if you can take your left heel, ground it down a little bit more. Spread the toes, and then from that same position, lightly push the right foot up against the right fingers, and feel like the head of the right thigh bone slides a little bit more to the front of the mat. Take an inhale. And then exhale, open the right leg out to the side. Supta B. Same thing with the left leg still grounding down. And then if you have the range of motion in this one, you might even feel like that right heel rotates up a little bit, toes rotate down a little bit. Let's go ahead and take one more inhale. And then exhale, take the leg back up towards center. And then from here, go ahead and just release it, take it back down to meet the left, and we're going to do side number 2. Inhale, take the left leg up, and then exhale, same thing, either peace fingers to big toe, hands behind thigh, or maybe use a strap. Notice Ashley's doing the same thing, right heel's firming down. She's pushing up with the foot a little bit against the left hand, and then the head of that left thigh bone and the hip kind of slides back and forward. If you were to add on a little bit from this, you could even take the muscles on the back of that left shoulder and lightly draw it in and down just a bit. Let's do one more inhale. Exhale, open the leg out to the side. Same thing here. Right thigh firms down. Maybe there's range of motion in that left thigh to slightly rotate the heel up, foot down. And then maybe left shoulder draws in a little bit. Take an inhale. Exhale, take the leg back up towards center. And then set the foot down on the floor. Same thing, but this time without using the hands, and a little bit of kind of an Ardha Navasana vibe. So inhale, go ahead and take the right leg up. Exhale, lift the left heel off the floor a couple inches. Arms alongside you, palms face up. Inhale. And then exhale, reach with the arms till your shoulder blades curl off the floor, head and neck come off the floor. See if you can engage to the feet a little bit more. I don't care if you point, flex, or point, but have them working. Feel like that works all the way up the thighs. Take an inhale. Exhale, relax back down. Draw both knees into the chest, and then we'll do a little bit of a twist. So go ahead and take hips over to the left a little bit, and then we'll let knees fall over to the right. A little supine twist. You can have maybe right thigh on top, or right hand on top of left thigh, left arm out to the side if you'd like. And then inhale, come back up towards center. Exhale, take both legs out long, and we're going to do same thing, side number 2. Inhale, take the left leg up. Exhale, lift the right foot off the floor an inch or two, engage through the feet. Arms alongside you, palms face up, breathe in. Exhale, reach with the arms till the upper back curls up off of the floor. You should feel like your upper abdominals are kind of drawing in here a little bit. Let's take another breath in, engage all the way up the thigh. Exhale, go ahead and relax, both legs out long, draw the knees into the chest, give yourself a little squeeze. And then same thing, twist side number 2. So hips over to the right a little bit, knees to the left, and we'll come into our twist. Nice, easy start to practice today, but once we get into it, it'll feel less than easy. Inhale, take the legs back up. Exhale, same thing one more time with a little add-on, and then we'll start to move. So left leg out long, right leg up to the ceiling. Hover the left foot off the floor a couple inches. This time, both arms on the inside of the leg. Inhale. Exhale, reach up. As you reach, see if you can squeeze the inner right thigh against the right arm. Right arm pushes back a little bit. Now inhale here. Stay like this. Exhale, right leg goes out to the side for Supta Pada B, and then you're going to reach more. Arm and thigh squeeze in together. Breathe in. Exhale, go ahead and lengthen back out long, draw knees into the chest, give yourself a little hug in. And then this time, right into side number 2. So right leg out, left leg up to the ceiling. Arms alongside you, inhale. Exhale, reach up, and both arms on the inside of the thigh. Same thing, that left leg's gonna squeeze in. That right forearm, maybe it's all the way up to your right shoulder, or your left shoulder is gonna push out. And then the next time you exhale, left leg goes out to the side, Supta B. Right heel is still lengthening, and then inner left thigh and left arm squeeze. Take an inhale. Exhale, lengthen back out, draw the knees into the chest. Nice work. And then when you're ready, cross the ankles, rock up and down a couple times, and let's come to down dog. One of the luxuries of a home practice is you can choose how much of the Navasana you do, but for Ashley, she doesn't really have much choice. Do a couple more breaths here, and then I think we'll get right into salutations and we'll move on. Okay. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step or lightly hop feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take the arms all the way up and overhead, look up. Exhale, take the arms down. Nice. We'll do a couple lunge salutations, and then we'll do a couple Surya A's with Navasana. So go ahead and spread your toes. And I want you to feel like there's a toned rebounding effect from the sole of the foot, engaging up through front and back of calf, up through front and back of thigh, all the way to the center of the hips. With that toned feeling, inhale, take the arms forward and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, engage to the back side of your torso. Exhale, step your right foot back, come to a left side high lunge. Inhale, take the arms up, push off the back heel a little bit. Exhale, step to downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale all the way to the floor. We'll do locust pose. Any arm variation this round, but inhale, go ahead and lift the arms, lift the legs, if you can, heels together. Exhale, hands down, come to downward facing dog. Either bend the knees or just push right up to plank to down dog. Inhale the right leg up and back. See if you can flex the right toes. Exhale, right knee to right shoulder. Shift forward to plank. Roll forward on your left foot. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, open the front of the thigh and hip. Feel right heel, pull a little bit to right glute. Inhale, straighten the right leg off. Look forward. Exhale, step the foot between your hands. Back knees lifted. Inhale, the arms come forward and up. Both legs are toned. Exhale, forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Feel that rebounding effect up through the legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, take the arms all the way up, look up. Exhale, arms down. Nice, let's do 3 more. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back, right side lunge. Inhale, take the arms up and overhead. Exhale, step to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. This time, exhale to the floor, and we'll do cobra pose. Inhale in cobra, either low, medium, or high cobra, elbows in and pull back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, left knee to left shoulder. Left knee is high, and you roll forward on the right foot. Inhale, take the leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, open the front of the hip. Inhale, straighten the leg off. Look forward, and then exhale, step the foot between the hands. Again, back knee lifted this time. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, tone up through the legs. Feel like you do locust in the back body. Exhale, forward fold. Spread the toes. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, look up. Exhale, arms down. Next 2 rounds we'll do with low lunge and chaturanga. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot back, right knee down on the floor. From this position, inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, step right to plank. Inhale in plank pose. Go ahead and look forward, come on the edges of the toes. Exhale, chaturanga with or without your knees. Upward facing dog, inhale, you're going to push tops of feet down, hands down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, right knee to opposite shoulder. You still roll forward on left foot or left thighs engaged. Inhale the leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, open the front of the hip. Inhale, square the leg off. Look forward and exhale, step the foot between the hands, low lunge. Back knee down. Inhale, arms come up, back shin, front heel push down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha, halfway lift, and feel that toned quality of your lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, take your arms up and overhead. Pause at the top this time, look up. Right back to the floor, exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, spread the toes, soles of the feet are awake. Exhale, step the left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, arms come up, maybe you look up. Exhale, step to plank. Same thing in your plank pose, breathe in here. Look forward, exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale, shoulders pull back a little. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last side, inhale the left leg up. Exhale, left knee to right shoulder. Inhale the leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, square the leg off. Exhale, step the foot forward and come to your lunge. Back knee down. Inhale, arms come up, both legs root down. Exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, take the arms all the way up. And then exhale, arms down by your sides. 3 Surya A's with Navasana. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, either step to plank or jump to chaturanga. You're going to lower on your exhale, back bend of choice on your inhale, downward facing dog, exhale. Right away, inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale to a seated position, step or jump. Go ahead and lift the legs up. We'll come to Pariparna to get started. Knees can be bent or knees can be straight, but I want you to see if you can spread the toes and feel like that engages all the way up the thighs to the center of your hips. Arms alongside you, take an inhale. Exhale, cross your ankles. Roll over the ankles, plant your hands on the mat, and then either step to plank or hop back and take an extra vinyasa, and we'll transition to down dog. And we'll do a couple breaths in down dog. Reconnect to the feeling of grounding in this position. See if you can firm the heel bones down. Feel like the toes lift and spread. And then again, feel like the front of the thigh bones suction up. Maybe the hip creases feel like they deepen. And then keep that toned quality as you soften the toes back out on the mat. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, feet to hands, step or jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take the arms all the way up. Exhale, arms down. Nice work. We'll do two more. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, neither vinyasa to down dog or step to down dog. Try to use the same breath pace. From your down dog, inhale, look forward, bend your knees to a seated position, step or jump. This time, lie all the way down on your back, and we're going to go right into Ardha Navasana from the floor. So legs together, arms alongside you, palms face up, inhale. Exhale, reach with the arms till your shoulder blades curl up off of the floor. Now from this position, inner upper ribs draw in and down, upper back lifts higher. Lift the legs to match the height of your chest. Take an inhale. Exhale, go ahead and relax, draw the knees into your chest. And then either roll to one side or rock up and down a couple times, and we'll transition to down dog. I hope you know I didn't mean to insinuate that your low boat pose wasn't high enough, so good work. Take another inhale, take another exhale. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take the arms up and overhead, look up. Exhale, arms down. Last one, we'll do Pariparna and Ardha Navasana this time. Inhale, the arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, and either vinyasa to down dog or step to down dog. Last time, inhale, look forward to bend the knees. Exhale to a seated position, step or jump. We'll do high boat pose or Pariparna Navasana, full boat pose. Legs lift up, legs can be bent, they can be straight, but I want you to have that toned quality all the way through the thigh and the hip. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, Ardha Navasana. Upper back and heels hover. On the next inhale, come back up. Exhale, cross the ankles. And then this time, roll over the ankles, plant the hands, and either come to handstand or vinyasa to down dog. Totally your choice. Good catch. Take a couple breaths in downward facing dog. We're going to do something a little different to get the same leg engagement here. So this time, inhale, come high in the balls of the feet, lift your heels up. Deepen your hip creases back. Feel like the front of your thigh bones, your femurs, suction up to engage your quads. And then keep that feeling. Exhale, ground the heels back down. As the heels ground down, again, toes lift and spread. There's that toned feeling from sole of foot up to hip joint. And you keep that in your mind as the toes soften back out and spread on the floor. Optional lion's breath. Inhale. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, step or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, come to chair pose. Arms lift. Exhale, right knee to left shoulder. Inhale the leg up. Exhale, bend the knee and either open. As you do that, squeeze your inner thighs for extended pyramid position. So this is going to be longer than pyramid that you do if you were doing a shoulder bind. So you're going to have like 3 to 4 feet. You can be a little bit longer. I want you to see if you can come back to that feeling of toning through the legs. So it might feel like there's a little suction up of the thigh bone. It might feel like your right hip goes back. In this case, left thigh, back thigh goes forward a little bit. Notice where the weight is in your feet. And if you can, maybe you notice that balancing the weight in your feet helps again tone all the muscles up along both thighs. Inhale, look forward, tone the pit of the abdomen, tone the back side of your torso. Exhale, bend your front knee. Hands down, either step back to plank for a vinyasa or hop the foot back for a couple kick-ups to handstand. If you come up to handstand, it could be a couple little gentle hops. You can hold the pose. If you're able to hold handstand, I want you to bring the legs together, engage through the feet, either point, flex, or floint the feet. And then when you're ready, exhale, either toe tap, wrists, or just jump back, transition. Side number 2. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, left knee goes to left shoulder. Come forward to plank. Inhale the leg up. Exhale, left knee to right shoulder. Inhale the leg up. And then same thing, exhale, bend the knee and either open the hip or you're going to come all the way over and we'll take flip dog. And then one more time, if you flip all the way over, both feet rotate back and you firm down with the feet as you lift hips, tone glutes a little. Inhale, come back over. Again, maybe the knee comes into the chest for a moment just for extra fun. And then exhale, step the foot forward. I can literally feel the fun rolling off of her from that moment. So lift the back heel. And again, you're going to push forward. Notice how that lifts and tones the thigh a little bit. Front heel pushes down and pulls back as the inner thighs squeeze together. And then the next time she exhales, she's going to bend this back knee a little bit, step the foot in, an extended pyramid position. Hopefully there's a consistent pace of breathing set up at this point of the practice. But again, I want you to see if you can spread the toes like you did in down dog. Feel the relationship between the sole of your foot and the floor. And then feel like you can tone from that realization all the way up the thigh to both hip sockets. And then if you have a bandha practice, that engagement up through your legs is meeting with the center of breath and the center of your pelvis, so that it kind of becomes your main focal point. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the front knee. Hands down, either step to plank for a vinyasa of your choice, or hop the foot back a little bit for a couple kick-ups to handstand. Nice. And notice how Ashley really engages through both feet. The more you use your feet when you're in your inversion, the more likely your legs are kind of to engage and do what you want them to do. And then when you're ready, transition to down dog. Nice. Okay. Getting more into just kind of the work of today's practice. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, feet to hands, step, hop, or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, come to chair position. We're going to do a little bit of a twist here. You can do it with legs together, or you can do it with feet hip switches apart. It's up to you. Hands to prayer, inhale. Exhale, let's go ahead and twist over to the right. So when you do these twists, I want you to feel like your obliques are kind of helping you do that twist, but then also imagine kind of the muscles running along the edges of your spine are doing some work to help you do that. And then your bottom forearm is going to firm down a little at the end to help you lift the chest. Let's take another breath in. Exhale, untwist, straighten the legs, fold over your thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, come to chair position. Same thing, hands to prayer on an inhale, and then exhale, we're going to rotate over and twist. Nice work. And so same thing. That arm helps lift the chest at the end, but the twist starts from some of the bigger muscles in your torso that help you twist. I want you to notice, relax your chest down for a moment so you kind of sink. I want you to notice if you're really low in this pose. So that's kind of twisting without using the arm, but if she pushes down to that tricep and she lifts, that's when she's able to get more of that kind of full rotation. Exhale, untwist, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, any way back to down dog, however you want to get there. Good choice. All right. First round of some Warrior 2 stuff. Before we get there, inhale your right leg up. Exhale, shift forward, three-legged plank. I want you to come on the ball mound of the back foot. So heel pushes forward. You might have to take a longer plank than you would like to take. And then you can either stay here or come on the left fingertips and take the left arm forward. This right hip is going to want to drop. So you got to use glutes, you got to use back of thigh to lift up. And then set the hand down, inhale the leg up and back. Just for a moment, exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, square the leg off. And then exhale, step the foot forward, come to Warrior 2. I'm going to take the arms up. I want you to take a longer Warrior 2 stance than you might just kind of normally go to. Short enough you can do it, but longer than maybe you're comfortable with. And then I want you to get that same engaged feeling through feet, thighs, and legs. With this front leg, you could maybe do a little bit of kind of a wrap out through the thigh bone, ground down through your front heel, and either pull back a little bit, or sometimes it feels nice to push forward with the front shin. And then with this back leg, I want you to notice if you're collapsing on either side of this back foot. Spread, engage, even and out, but feel like there's a little engagement through the outer back portion of your back thigh. When you're ready, extended side angle. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, either elbow to thigh, or for today, hand to block or floor on the inside of the leg. I'm going to ask Ashley to do the same engagement with her feet, so kind of that spreading with the toes, all that work. And then from here, we're going to take the inner line of this front thigh, we're going to squeeze it in against the arm. Ashley's going to take her arm and firm it back against the leg. As we do that, we're going to take this front heel, push it down and pull back a little bit. And then as her outer back thigh pushes back, there's a little feeling of the inner back heel pulling forward, and the torso will revolve up a little bit. Take an inhale, exhale, top hand to top hip, bottom hand comes forward, and we're going to come to half moon pose. You'll come forward. Actually, you might scoot back a little bit so we stay on screen. And then we'll come to half moon. These one-legged balance poses are harder to really focus on working intelligently with feet and legs, but I want you to do that same thing. Engage through both feet. Lift the top leg high enough that you actually feel the outer hip working a little bit, and then feel like the leg you're standing on, particularly your quads in front of thigh, are kind of toned and lift up. Either stay here or come into Chapasana. You can bend the top knee. You might be able to just kick it back and clasp it. If it's a little tighter in the hip, you can bring it into the chest first. And then if you're able to hold Chapasana, foot's going to kick back into hand. Pelvis presses to the side of the room open as you build out a little more back bend. Exhale, release without slingshotting the foot. Let's bend the knee, come back to Warrior 2. From your Warrior 2 position, let's go ahead and take a reverse warrior. So inhale the front arm up. And then exhale, hands down, and either slide the front shoulder under your front knee for Kundanyasana 2, or Vinyasa back to down dog. Notice in Kundanyasana, Ashley's reaching the legs apart. She's still focusing on her feet. And then when you're ready, step or jump back. Nice work. Second side. Inhale the left leg up. And then exhale, we're going to come to three-legged plank. So we're going to shift forward. And then same thing. I want you to take a longer plank than you might normally take so that that back heel can push forward. And then from here, either stay here or come on the right fingertips and right arm lifts forward. Again, notice there's a tendency for this hip to drop, so you have to work pretty hard to lift it up. Exhale, set the hand down. Inhale the leg up, and then bend the knee, open the hip for a moment. Inhale, square the leg off. And then exhale, step the foot between the hands, and we'll go ahead and come to Warrior 2. Same thing in your warrior two work. Come back to consistent breath. And I don't care if you know Padabandha, if you're familiar with it, if you've never used the feet before in your life. If you have that practice, go ahead and do it. Engage through the legs, balance out the weight, but at the very least, focus on where you feel the weight in the feet and how you feel your legs working. When you're ready, extended side angle. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, come into the pose. I really like this pose because if you were to really focus on all the little nuances of the pose, there's 30 different things you could be doing. Maybe you just focus on breath. Maybe it's that squeezing in of inner thigh and arm. Maybe you're also taking that engagement of kind of pulling back through the heels and engaging through outer hips. When you're ready, you're going to look down, exhale, top hand to top hip, bottom hand forward, and you can just step the back foot in, transition into half moon. Nice work. Same things. You're going to breathe. And our main focus is on being aware of feet, ankles, thighs, and legs. If you can, engage the top foot a little more, lift the top leg a little higher, and then exhale, we'll take Tripassana. And same thing. For today, it doesn't matter how you clasp the foot. Inside or outside is fine. But I want you to, if you have Tripassana, kick the foot back into the hand. Pelvis presses to the side as you kind of open up a little bit more. The next time you finish a cycle of breath, slowly release the foot. Bend the knee. Go ahead and come to warrior two. And we're going to add on an extra pose for this one. So inhale, go ahead and straighten the front leg. Go ahead and corner, turn to the side, and actually I'll have you actually face the other way, just so we can show your shoulders. We're going to do straddle forward fold C, so go ahead and face both feet towards the camera, interlace fingers behind you, and then inhale, you're going to draw the elbows in and lift, and then exhale, you're going to forward fold. Toes still spreading, thighs still engaged, and I want you to notice if all the weight's in the heels, send it forward just enough to have it balanced in the feet. And then shoulder blades squeeze together, upper arms firm apart, and the arms kind of open a little bit more overhead. The next time you exhale, take hands to hips, tone the pit of the belly, inhale all the way up to standing. You're going to rotate your left foot forward, and then exhale into warrior two pose. Hands down, actually do it and do reverse warrior. Inhale the front arm up, and then exhale, hands down, and either Kundanyasana, Vinyasa, or transition to down dog. Nice work. And when you're ready, step or jump back. Before we move into a couple different styles of poses, let's do a little bit of intermission. We'll do about 1 minute. Either child's pose, down dog and or dolphin pose, which is down dog on your forearms. Otherwise, headstand, forearm stand, or a handstand. If you're near a wall at home, totally feel free to use a wall. And then go ahead and do dolphin pose for now. Nice work. If you're taking this minute inversion, we're about 30 seconds in. Got about 20 more seconds. 15 seconds. And you want to take a deep breath in, and then exhale. Let's all take child's pose for a few moments. So knees down, and I'll give you options actually. You can take child's pose, or you can take just like a simple seated virasana with the eyes closed. I know personally I don't like child's pose as much as this pose, so whatever's restful for you. See if you can reconnect to the rhythm of your breath. Whether you're in child's pose or seated meditation, feel the weight of the hips on the feet, on the ankles, on the heels. And then notice and feel the experience of dropping in. So notice that moment. You'll continually come back to it over and over through your life of practice, but feeling the moment when the mind becomes more attentive and moves into the body. When you're ready, go and open the eyes if they're closed, and with your next breath, hands down, and let's come to down dog. Break time's over. Let's inhale. Actually, yeah, let's inhale the right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, and flip over if you'd like. Same options for flip dog. If you're comfortable going to Urdhva Dhanurasana or whatever, feel free to do that. Otherwise, when you're ready, inhale, we're going to flip back over. Notice she has to rotate her wrist when she does that. And then exhale, step the foot forward, and I want you to come to a high lunge position. And take the arms up. From a high lunge today, let's start with a little bit of eagle position. So go ahead and take the arms. Let's do right arm on top of left. Right elbow on top of left. I want you to lightly pull the elbows against each other. I want you to feel the hands lift up a little bit. You might feel that engage in the upper back. And then once you're settled in, I want you to push off the back heel, engage through feet and legs. Take an inhale, lift the hands up a little higher like you're going to do an upper back bend. Exhale, go ahead and release. Take your hands to prayer. And then when you're ready, we're going to lengthen over and we're going to do a twist from this position. Same things as the chair twist. A lot of the work is coming from Ashley's obliques. It's coming from some of the muscles in her back. But then notice how engaged her back leg is. Notice how much she's pulling back with that front hip. That's giving her a firm foundation to kind of twist open. Bottom arm pushes down. Now let's take another deep inhale. Exhale, couple options. We're all going to take our hands down towards the floor. And then from here, go and take hands down. We're either going to step back to plank or we're going to step the back foot forward for side crow. If the back foot steps forward, I want you to come high on the balls of the toes, keep your hands facing the front of the mat and rotate your knees to the left. And then from there, you're going to lift the hips up high off the heels. Exhale, either one leg on elbow or both, both elbows, hips on the elbow, and lift up. I don't know how well you can see your feet. You'll see them on the other side, but she's lifting up. And then exhale, you'll either twist, jump back to chaturanga, or you'll come out like a normal person and come to down dog. That was super normal, so it was great. Let's do the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, or flip all the way over. Inhale, flip back over. Exhale, step the foot forward, come to high lunge. Same thing, this time left arm on top, right arm on bottom. Eagle bind in the shoulders. Elbows are going to pull against each other a little bit. Hands are going to lift up. And then both legs are engaged, and there's a little bit of mental focus on that. Take an inhale, again, maybe there's a little bit of that upper back bend, arms reach up. Exhale, hands come to prayer. And then with your next inhale, you're going to lengthen over. You're going to come into your twist. In twists like this, there is like a big tendency to roll to the pinky toe edge of this front foot and have the inside lift up. So you can spread the toes and root back down. And then while you do that, front heel pushes down and pulls back. And sometimes that's enough engagement to help you lean back and twist a little more. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step the back foot in for a side crow, or you're just going to do a regular vinyasa. And then knees rotate to the side. And then hips are going to lift up, so you have to get above your elbows to do side crow. And then as she tips forward, you can see more on this side, her feet lift up, like she's going to kick the ceiling. And then exhale, step, jump, or some other transition. And we'll come back to downward facing dog. Nice work. Let's do one more round of standing poses, and then we'll do more exciting things. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, come forward to three-legged plank. And go ahead and take a pretty long plank here. Either stay here or come on your left fingertips and take the left arm forward for cross balance. The next option would be to round the spine and take the right knee to the right armpit. Nice. You're really going to have to round the upper back. Excellent work. Set the hand down. Inhale the leg up. And then one last time, exhale, step the foot between the hands and come to a high lunge. Excellent. You might scoot back just a little bit so we stay on the mat. From this position, Gomukhasana. Right arm overhead, left arm comes behind, and we're going to set up here. You could easily do half or full Gomukhasana. So right now, Ashley's in half. She has the bind. The hands are pulling against each other a little bit, which helps the arms open away from each other. But you can very much do Ardha Gomukhasana, one hand to elbow, and then you kind of pull against the elbows. You resist a little bit. Take the back of the head against the forearm. Let's do one more inhale. And then exhale, go ahead and release. We're going to transition to Warrior 3. For your Warrior 3 today, let's do a little bit of cross balance. So go ahead and take left hand at heart center, right arm forward, and then lean forward and come into Warrior 3. Nice work. Feel yourself reaching through both ends. Exhale, bend the knee you're standing on a little bit. Hands down to the floor, standing forward splits. Even here, there's that feeling of the thigh bone kind of suctioning up a little bit, grounding through the heel. And then you feel glutes and back of thigh on that top leg lift up. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop the foot back. And then from here, vinyasa of your choice. Again, maybe handstand, maybe something else. If you're comfortable in it, there's like so many fun arm balance transitions from handstand. And then when you're ready, we'll transition back to down dog. Nice work. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, shift forward, three-legged plank. Same thing, a little longer plank, and then come on the right fingertips. Maybe the right arm comes forward. So this is like, stage 2 or 3. You have options before this. If you wanted more, that top knee's like stage 4, knee's going to come into the armpit, and then you're going to push and you're going to round. Take the hand down, inhale the leg up, and then exhale, step the foot forward, come to your high lunge. It's kind of like our last real standing pose. Ashley's like, thank goodness. And then same thing, Gomukhasana, bind left arm up, right arm back. I want you to focus on breathing. And then those of you at home, I want you to again notice the feeling of kind of dropping in presently to the body, presently to your breath. Let's do one more inhale, one more exhale. And then go ahead and release the bind on that exhale. Start to shift forward. This time you're going to do right-handed heart, left hand forward, so opposite direction. And then you're going to lean forward, come to Warrior 3. Thankfully, there's 50-50 chance you're going to pick the right side with the arm and the leg, so good odds. Reach a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee you're standing on. Hands come down. Standing forward splits. Same thing. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hands down, hop the foot back a little bit. And then one more time, either handstand or a different transition. And we'll find our way back to down dog. Nice work. Making our way into just a couple small arm balances. So we're going to do a little bit of half pigeon position. Inhale, take the right leg up. And then exhale, go ahead and take the right knee behind the right wrist. And we're going to set up for half pigeon. First side. You can fold down, you can stay up for this one, but I want you to firm both shins down. And I want you to pull in a little bit. You're not going to be able to see Ashley's foot from the angle that she's at, but if you're in more of that pigeon where you're in that 90-degree bend, I want you to see if you can lift your front heel up a little bit as you push down to the pinky toe side, and use that to actually wrap the femur and the thigh bone back a little bit more. Take an inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and press up into the hands, tuck the back toes, and we'll transition to down dog. If you want to vinyasa, do circles with the hip or the ankle, all that good stuff, go for it. Otherwise, second side, inhale the left leg up. Exhale, knee behind wrist. Pigeon pose, side number 2. Same thing here. If you want to just relax into this, that's chill. But you could also firm down through the legs, squeeze in a little bit, and then notice kind of the quality of the pose that makes. It's probably going to have just like a little more of a heightened awareness around what you're feeling in the hips and the legs. Again, if you did that kind of lift the heel to rotate the thigh bone out, go ahead and do that. And then take another breath in. Exhale, plant the hands, tuck the back toes, and we'll transition back to down dog. All right. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, look up. Exhale, go ahead and take the arms down. Nice. I'll have you face the camera for this one. We're going to do just a little bit of figure 4, and then some of us are going to work up to flying pigeon, maybe flying pigeon to Kundinasana and beyond. Inhale, go ahead and take your right leg up, and then exhale, cross the ankle over the thigh, and we're going to come to figure 4, hips back. Now you could stay here, you could take hands at prayer, you could even do elbows down towards the top of the shin, or hands down to the floor. If you take the hands down, hold off on flying pigeon, we're going to do it in a moment, but I want you to flex the foot against your arm so that foot squeezes in, and then I want you to take your shin, and I want you to press it forward against the back of both arms and triceps. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, come up to standing, knee into the chest. Set the foot down, we'll do side number 2. Inhale, the opposite leg up. Exhale, open up through the hip, cross the ankle over the thigh. And then same thing, second side. As deep as you want to go, if you go so low that that foot hooks against the arm, you're going to flex the top of the foot back so it kind of pulls. And then you're going to take the shin and you're going to press it forward against both arms as it keeps pulling over towards the left. Take an inhale. Exhale, come back up to standing. Set the foot down. And then we'll move on. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then you're probably going to rotate. Exhale, vinyasa, or transition to down dog. However you'd like to get to down dog. All right. Go and drop down to your knees for just a moment. I'll give you a break. I'm going to show a couple demos, and then we can all move on together from here. So, option to maybe work on flying pigeon. If you're okay in flying pigeon, maybe you connect that to Kundinasana, or you kind of move it into a couple other things. So, let's say you're going to work on flying pigeon. A couple ways to get into this. The way we'll get into it today, I'm going to cross the ankle over. Again, I'm going to lower down, and I'm going to take the top of the foot, and I'm going to pull it again against the arm, kick the shin forward. If I'm really engaged from there, I'm going to shift forward a little bit. That top leg is going to come up and back. I'll look forward, and then if that feels good, I'll shift forward and hook the leg. I'll drop. And as I drop, I'm going to bend the knee, come through to Kundinasana. I'll transition back to down dog or up dog or whatever, and then we'll move on from there. One of the dogs, where we're going for. And if you can press to handstand, that's a really fun one to like press to handstand, go down to flying pigeon and kind of Kundinasana and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and do it. Go ahead and come back on your mats. Demo's over. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take the arms all the way up, look up. Exhale, arms down. We're going to do flying pigeon. If you want to do crow, if you want to do Navasana, if you want to do headstand, if you want to lie on your back and breathe, whatever sounds good. When you're ready, if you're going to stay on script, inhale the right leg up. Exhale, cross the ankle over the thigh, sink the hips back, and then you might take the hands down and set up for the arm balance. If you're feeling sweaty at this point of practice, you can do like a little towel between the arm and the foot, and then elbows are going to squeeze in. She's going to look forward. She's going to lean forward. Stage 1, heel picks up. Stage 2, leg goes back. Stage 3, leg swings around to hook the outside of the arm. That bottom foot unhooks. And then that back leg extends out. We breathe. And then we transition back to down dog. Nice work. Second side. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, take the arms all the way up. Exhale, arms down. Last arm balance before back bends. Inhale, take the opposite leg up. Exhale, cross the ankle over. Set up for figure 4. Again, you can stay here, otherwise hands are going to go all the way down. Again, there's that firm connection of ankle and foot to back of arms. That's what lets actually draw the elbows in, look forward, and then maybe she's able to lift that back heel up. Maybe that leg extends out. Maybe it wraps around and it catches the outside of the arm. From there, that bottom foot unhooks, and then it goes back as she bends the elbows and looks forward, and then comes back to down dog. Nice work. You had me in suspense. It was great. Okay, let's do a moment in child's pose. Drop down to the knees. Couple breaths. Come back to feeling the flow of breath. A lot of teachers will talk about how you can really feel the work and the essence of yoga, in one inhale, one exhale. So we might feel like we need a 60 or 75-minute practice to really get the work of what we're doing. But in reality, the practice of yoga happens instantaneously, so we're constantly coming back to it again and again with each breath. When you're ready, take the hands down one last time, come to down dog. Let's do one quad stretch and then back bends. Go ahead and step the right foot between the hands, back knee down, and then either stay here or bend the back knee and reach behind you and clasp the back ankle. There's so many ways you can do this. I like doing it in pigeon. I like doing it in Supta Virasana. I like doing it at the wall. So if you're at home, know that this doesn't have to be the way that you do this. Take another breath, and then exhale, hands down, step back to down dog, and we'll do side number 2. Back knee down, and then same thing. Just a little bit of a stretch for the front of the quads before we move on to deeper back bends. Take an inhale. Exhale, release. Hands down. And then come to down dog. And we're going to do one belly down back bend, and then the rest are going to be supine back bend. So inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale all the way down to the floor. We're going to work on medium or high cobra position. So You're going to take the hands on the floor, like you're setting up for Cobra. Feet can be together, feet can be hips width. It's up to you. But tops of feet are going to firm down, knees are going to lift. And then on an inhale, you're going to pull with the arms, shoulders are going to loop down and away from the neck. And there's a little combination of the arms pulling back and elbows squeezing in. And then there's a little push forward. And then there's a little pull down. So you should feel like there's length in the low back, but the work is kind of happening mid-back below shoulder blades that's pulling down. Exhale, go ahead and relax down. Take one cheek to the floor. Nice work. Take another breath in. Exhale. And then when you're ready, just take one arm overhead. We're going to roll over onto the back. We'll bend the knees, feet on the floor. We're going to set up for a couple back bends on the back. Let's do at least 3 more. If you would like to come into bridge pose or restorative bridge, or you just want to close your eyes and think about back bends, all good options. Otherwise, we're going to go right into upward facing bow. When you're ready, hands down. And then on an inhale, you're going to lift the heels, you're going to lift the hips, and we'll either come all the way up or on the crown of the head. It's up to you. Breathe, do the pose, and then I want you to just think about a little bit what your feet and your legs are doing. Feel the weight. Feel a little ground down through the heels, enough to make your glutes tone a little more. And then again, you're getting longer in the low back, and then there's that work of contracting more in the mid back. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, tuck the chin, roll down, hips, heels to the floor. Take a breath to rest. And then let's do around 2 out of 3 for supine back bends. When you're ready, on an inhale, hands come down. Lift the heels, come into your back bend. Either stay here or ekapada in either wheel or bridge, up to you. You're going to take one foot in a little bit. You're going to root down through the inside of that foot and heel. The other knee is going to come up into the chest. Leg extends all the way up to the ceiling, and that foot points or flexes. Set the foot down, and then other side. Again, root through the inside of that foot you're standing on. Heel pushes down, other leg lifts. You should feel the glutes of the leg on the floor working a little harder. Exhale, set the foot down. Inhale, lift both heels, tuck the chin, and then we're going to roll down. Again, I was sighing for you. It seemed therapeutic. And then take a breath to rest. And we'll do one more. When you're ready, come up. This time, option to take Viparita Dandasana. If you're doing Viparita, you're still going to come all the way up to wheel first, so go ahead and straighten your arms. And then, I'm going to move your hair all the way. Exhale, forehead comes down in line with the index knuckle, so it's not like super far back. And then, actually both hands, but one at a time, you're going to take them behind the head. And then you're going to firm down, tips of the elbows are going to push down. Depending on the length of your arms, maybe the head comes off the floor, maybe it doesn't, but it shouldn't feel pinchy in low back. It should feel long, and then the back bend is again more kind of mid and mid-lower back. When you're ready, take the hands back down on the floor if you're in this position. Push all the way up to Urdhva, lift the heels, and then exhale, roll down, hips, heels to the floor. Nice work. Let's be still for a moment. Either knees together, feet out wide, feet together, knees out wide, or you can have the arm and the legs up to the ceiling. Just kind of let them hang and relax. If you can at home, close your eyes here. And tune into the feeling and the sensation of your body in practice. Again, see if you can notice that kind of first moment when you become more attentive, when you feel the breath, when you feel that you have a body. And again, there's that feeling that as we continuously kind of wake up in our practice, as we become more attentive in what we're doing, We realize that practice is an ongoing thing, so we're always coming back to dropping into the feeling of yoga. When you're ready, go and let the knees knock in, feet out wide, about mat's width, and then let your knees just kind of sway back and forth, side to side a couple times. Something I always like to notice here, are you moving from the sides of your hips, or are your thigh bones rotating in the hip sockets? Because they're two different things. When you're ready, go ahead and come back to center. And then, I don't teach this a lot, but a lot of people do, so you've probably seen it before. We're going to do a little twist from the hips. So I want you to go ahead and take your left ankle over the top of your right thigh, and then take your right foot out to the right a little bit. And then exhale, knees to the left. If you have irritable, like sacroiliac joints, or like SI pain or low back pain, this can be a lot. So if that's the case, you can do knees together. But otherwise, this can be a nice twist sometimes. When you're ready, inhale, let's come back up. And then exhale, go instead, feet down, you're going to do the second side. So ankle crosses over, and again, the foot moves out so it can roll onto the big toe edge, and then the hips are going to come open. And you can adjust as you do this. Totally up to you. See if you can feel your shoulders soften, feel the part of you that's not so much participating in this action, relax a little bit. And then inhale, go ahead and come up towards center. From center, let's take the knees into the chest. Once you give yourself a little squeeze, tuck the chin, round in. So your upper back comes off the floor, your hips come off the floor. Very full Apanasana. And then exhale, go ahead and release from here. And we're going to finish up practice today with a couple options before Shavasana. So if you're comfortable in shoulder stand, feel free to finish up in shoulder stand today. Otherwise, we're either going to do Paschimottanasana or Uptavishta Konasana. So go ahead and come up to a seated position. If you're not familiar with those terms, Paschimottanasana is going to be forward fold with the legs out long and straight. Uptavishta Konasana is going to be straddle forward fold with the legs out wide. So when you're ready, let's say you're doing Paschi, inhale, take the arms up, and you can move things out of the way. I want you to look up, and I want you to tip the pelvis forward a little bit, and then keep that link with a long throat as you exhale, reach forward and fold. In this pose, lightly ground down through the heels. Engage to the feet, but don't feel like the inner or the outer foot is pushing in or out more than the other. So you're kind of even across the feet. And then you feel like that rooting of the legs frees up the pelvis and the torso to be more involved in the pose that you're doing. If you're in shoulder stand, you're just living your best life, doing what you like to do. Let's inhale and come to Ardha Paschimottanasana. So go ahead and hold the legs. I want you to pull against the legs and look up. Tip your pelvis forward, engage your back body. And then exhale, go ahead and release. Take the heels forward a little bit. Go ahead and roll down the spine. And we're going to do a nice full Shavasana here. So if you want any last things before Shavasana, go ahead and give yourself that time. Otherwise, we're going to spend a little bit of time in rest. Those of you who are getting ready for Shavasana here, I want you to see if you can send the awareness to the roof of your mouth. Slide your awareness more towards the back of the roof of the mouth, where it feels less like bone, a little softer, a little more like pliable tissue. And I want you to imagine that space opening and softening as the tongue relaxes to the floor of the mouth. Think of this opening as the almost birthplace of breath and intelligence in your body. And then imagine that you could feel the breath moving from this space all the way down the center of your body to the very center of your pelvis and your hips. Feel like this breath is energizing your very center, energizing your spine. Almost as though your mind and your heart could drop into the very center of creative potential in the body. Begin to let that visual fade. Feel all the muscles soften. Feel as though all the processes of your body become a little slower, a little more at ease. And you rest so deeply that the very sense of self, the very sense of identity, drops into the feeling of a body being in rest. And in that, we'll take Shavasana. feel the feeling of being comfortable in your own body. Feel the glow of the residue of practice. And feel all the layers of your being, even just for a moment, integrated into one whole space. If you're at home and you'd like to stay in Shavasana longer, please do. Otherwise, begin to deepen your breathing. When you're ready, we'll take the arms up and overhead. We'll stretch out the legs like you're waking up after a long night's sleep. And then take the knees into the chest, give yourself a little squeeze, and roll over to your right side. Taking one last moment here before stepping back into your world. And then when you're ready, press into the hands, come up to a seated position. We'll close the eyes, we'll take hands to heart center. Chest rises up to meet your thumbs. And let's close today's practice with a sense of gratitude, gratitude for many things, maybe towards yourself, towards practice, towards those in your life that you are kinder to as a result of having a practice, or maybe just all those in the world who could use a little extra support right now. Let's take a deep breath in. Full breath out. And bow our head to hands, lips into a smile. Thank you all for practicing today. Namaste. Thanks so much, everybody. Ashley, thank you for demoing today. It's really appreciated. If you enjoyed practice today, please feel free to reach out and let us know. You can comment on Facebook Live, you can comment on Instagram, you can comment on the website. I know they have various things set up there, like donation options or other things, so please let us know if you have any questions. You can also reach out to me personally on Instagram. Otherwise, have a great night, and we will see you soon with more classes. Thanks.